welcome to the Crafty Momma podcast. My name is Dawn, and this is a podcast about knitting and other crafty things. And welcome to this channel. Hopefully, you'll enjoy your time here. Thank you so much for coming and checking it out. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming back and checking me out time and time again. Hopefully you enjoy the content, you subscribe and you like it and all that fun stuff. I'm actually over 90 subscribers. We are very close to that 100 mark, and I think when I hit 100, I'm going to do a giveaway. Yep, so make sure you get your friends to subscribe too. And the sooner we get to that 100 mark, the sooner I can give away. I think I'm going to give away one of my hand-dyed yarns. I think that's the plan. So, thank you so much for coming by. It is September 4th, Labor Day weekend, and this is my last day off. I had 3 off in a row, and here goes my chair. Son of a bitch. Yes, viewer discretion is advised. Sometimes I just say what I gotta say. Anyways, it is Labor Day weekend. This is my last day off before I go back to work, and I don't know when I'm going to podcast next because my work schedule for the next 10 days is work. Every single day for the next 10 days. Yeah. Well, see, I guess it's my own fault because I requested September 15, 16, and 17 off because September 16 is my birthday, and I don't want to work on the weekend of my birthday. I just don't want to do it. I want a 3-day weekend for my birthday, so by golly, I'm going to take it. And so, because that, the other manager that usually works Sundays and doesn't work Saturdays is going to be working my Saturday. So I ended up getting scheduled to work her Sunday, which means I am working from Tuesday all the way to the following Thursday. Yeah. That's a great. I'm going to need those 3 days off to recuperate from my 10-day stretch. I think my mom and my daughter want to take me out for my birthday and for dinner and stuff. That's kind of usually what we do. Whoever's birthday it is, they get to pick the restaurant and we go out for dinner. But I'm not sure if I'm going to switch that this year. Possibly. I'll tell you a little bit about it why in the whole chit-chat section at the end of the episode. I'm not sure how long this episode's going to be. I would say it's going to be short, but I never know because I always say it's going to be short and it always ends up being almost an hour anyways. So we're just going to go with the flow, see what happens. I don't have a lot of knitting because I've been working on a whole bunch of other stuff. But I will show you what I've been doing. So I guess with that being said, let's get into some administrative and where you can find me and all that kind of technical information stuff. Where you can find me, Instagram, I am CraftyMomma_73, and my yarn shop, or my yarn, it's not really my yarn shop, it would be my, you know what, I'm just calling it my yarn update stuff, is under Candy Coated Yarn on Instagram as well. I believe I'll be sharing my bags and my polymer clay charms in that Instagram as well, not just the yarn. I think. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But anyways, you can find me in those 2 Instagram accounts. And Ravelry, I am CraftyMomma73. And my Ravelry group, my Facebook page, and my Etsy shop are all Crafty Momma Designs. Now, I am working on a website. Oh my god, my ear is itchy. I'm working on a website for Candy Coated Yarn, but I ran into a few little technical issues, so I'm working on those, getting those all situated and sorted out. And yawning. Welcome to my podcast. Can't go one episode without yawning. Come on now. So I am working on getting that situated, but I have to get some stuff sent out soon because I have had quite a few orders in the past 2 weeks, and I've just been like, oh my God, overwhelmed. Just, well, not overwhelmed because I can get it done. That's not a problem. It's just, I guess I'm shocked that I've received so much in 2 weeks when I haven't had any sales 2 weeks prior to that. And I've sent out 3 orders so far, and I have 2 more orders to send out tomorrow, which are project bags that people ordered. And then I have some yarn to send out because people have already bought my yarn, and I am so freaking excited. Oh my God. The first day I put my yarn in Etsy on Saturday. And I'll tell you a little bit about what we were doing Saturday and stuff. But we were out and about, and I checked my phone to see what time it was, and I must have missed the beautiful cha-ching sound because I had an Etsy message and an email message, and most of the time when there's 2, I've got a sale or somebody's messaged me about something. So I check it, and yes, there was a sale. Somebody bought 2 of my yarn, 2 of my Halloween colorways. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. The yarn hasn't even been up for like 3 hours and somebody already bought some. What? This is crazy, 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 crazy. But I'm so excited. So I got those to do because they are dye to order. So my dye to order, oh, you know what? I'll just talk about all that later. Later in shop talk stuff. So yeah, I got an order from that. And then yesterday I got another order with some more bags. So yeah, I've got 3 new orders plus the 2 for tomorrow to get done. So, and work 10 days. Good thing a few of those days are only 1 to 5 because then I can still get home by 6 o'clock and I still have a good 5 hours to eat and do some stuff and before I have to go to bed and stuff. So it's going to be a very busy 2 weeks. So I'm not really sure when I'm going to podcast next. I'm hoping to squeeze a podcast in maybe one of the days that I work 1 to 5. I can come home and do a quick podcast possibly because I'm hoping to also get another update in my shop some point in that time frame. Anyways, let's get on to some administrative stuff. We've got a couple KALs going on in the Crafty Momma Designz group right now. We have got the one Skein KAL thread going on, which is hashtag CMD OSKAL on Instagram. If you knit something that is 1 skein's worth of yarn, drop it off in Instagram with that hashtag for your chance for an extra drawing at the very end. However many times you pop your name in that Instagram, your name will be added to the drawing. So it's an extra drawing per Instagram entry. I guess that's how it works. Basically, the rules for that one is knit anything you want as long as it is 75% worth of yarn in 1 skein. No 2 skein patterns, no 3 skein, just 1 skein of yarn. It could be socks, it could be scarf, it could be a shawl, it could be a cowl, it could be anything at all as long as it is 1 skein of yarn only and it is at least 75% of the skein. Pretty simple. There is also a chatter thread, so you can show off what you're working on, your yarn, your pattern, and I periodically draw winners from that thread as well. I usually draw once in a while from my chatter threads, so make sure you're in there and you're chit-chatting away for your chance to win. Usually the chatter thread is free patterns, so if there's a pattern on Instagram or if there's a pattern on Ravelry that you're looking towards buying but you're not really sure, get your chit-chatting stuff going on in the chatter thread because yeah, you might win a pattern of your choice. So I mean, what better way to get that pattern you've always been looking for or looking to get, but you just don't have the money for it, or you're just not sure if you want to do it, or if it's free, why not, right? We also have a socks all the time KAL going on right now, and that is knitting socks. It is a full pair of socks. It can be any size for anyone as long as it is a pair of socks. And both of those threads, the one skein KAL and the sock thread, go all the way to the end of the year. So make sure you're getting your name in there. I will be drawing a winner for the next sock one in just a few minutes. So if you've put in any socks in the last 2 months, you may win a skein of my hand-dyed yarn. That's what I'm giving away. Not really sure which one I'm going to give away yet, though. I may let you decide. How's that? Would you like to decide on what skein of yarn you win? I think that's pretty cool. So maybe we'll do that. Oh my God, why is my head so itchy today? You know what? I've got to stop podcasting right after I wash my hair. I think because my hair is drying and it's still kind of wet, it just kind of gets itchy. And anyways, so the Socks All the Time KAL, like I said, it is also going on to the end of the year. There is a chatter thread for that as well. So get in there. When I draw a pattern from that thread, though, it is a sock pattern of your choice. So make sure you get in those threads and chat and show us what you're working on. Because, yeah, winning free patterns are always awesome. Today, I'm drinking tea from David's Tea in my awesome sheepy mug. I love this mug. It's so cute. I'm actually drinking the blueberry jam tea. I wasn't really sure about this one. I like the smell of it. I'm just not a very fruity tea person. I'm more of a sweet tea person. But this is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. And I ended up buying a package of the individual packets of tea. And I think I may send some of these out with the packages that I'm sending out this week. So, yeah, they get to try it too. Yeah, that happens. Okay, so those are 2 of the KALs going on. And we have another one going on in the Crafty Momma Designz group right now. It is the Winter is Coming Make Along, and it is co-hosted by my friend Levi from the WTF Knitting podcast. He has graciously offered to co-host with me, and I am so excited about that. That KAL is basically knit all the winter things. Anything that you can wear to keep you warm in the winter. Got mitts, gloves, hats, scarves, cowls, sweaters, boot toppers. Let's see what else. Wraps, slippers. If you knit slippers, do it. Yeah, that's awesome Christmas present. Knit some slippers and get a chance to win some stuff by entering the KAL. So make sure you enter that. That is on for 2 months from September 1st to October 31st. Both Levi and myself, I do believe, will be giving prizes out for those that finish objects. There is a chatter thread in my Ravelry group as well as a finished objects thread already. The requirements for that is it must be something for winter. Socks is not included because socks is something that you knit all year round and that you wear pretty much all year round. So this is basically just things to keep you warm in the winter. You must use a minimum of 25 grams of yarn. That's because whips are included. So as long as you have only knit 25% of your garment and you've used at least 25% of your yarn. So for boot toppers and stuff like that, I think the 25% should be enough to get you into winning. Oh my God, I'm so like itchy today. No, I'm not allergic to the tea. I just thought of that. Oops. No, it's not. I'm not allergic to anything. I have hay fever, which has been acting up. My nose is all stuffed up, and I wake up with my eyes all watering and just gross. My throat's all scratchy, and my nose is stuffed. And gotta love September. I love September because it's my birthday, but I'm not so happy about hay fever. It kind of sucks. Let's be honest. So anyways, the winter is coming. Make along. Knitting, crocheting, and sewing is allowed in this KAL. So if you are a sewer and you're sewing a sweater or a hoodie, or you want to sew a fleece hat or fleece gloves, or hell, if you want to make a pair of track pants, by all means, get it in the KAL. Get it in the KAL. It is good. Keep you warm in the wintertime. Works for me. Sweaters, cardigans, all that kind of stuff. If you are knitting a sweater or you're knitting a cardigan or a wrap or a poncho, any of those things to keep you warm in the winter, get it in there. So yeah, those are our KALs going on right now in the Crafty Momma Designz Ravelry group. If you're not a member in there, jump on in there and get involved. There is 43 members so far, which I think is pretty awesome. So make sure you're doing that, getting in there, and all kinds of stuff to go, all kinds of stuff going on in there. Show notes are in there as well if you're interested in that. Let's see. I think that's it for administrative stuff. I think. Yep, I think. If by any chance you are a maker and you're interested in donating to the Crafty Momma Designz podcast or Crafty Momma podcast, by all means, get in touch with me and we can talk. I am happy to help you promote your shop. So if you're interested in something like that, sure, I would love to have you. So make sure you're doing that as well. There is no FOs for this week, and whips, there's only a couple I've been working on, and that not even much. I haven't touched my socks in a few weeks. No, I need to get back into it. I need to do it. Moving to the country shawl. So, last time we talked, I told you I ripped it all out because I messed up somewhere and I wasn't sure how to fix it with the double yarn over, so I ripped the whole thing out. And the bad news, I haven't really gotten any further than what I was last time, but the good news is I'm caught up to where I was last time. So this is, let me move my tea over a bit. We don't want yarn in the tea catastrophe. That rhymed. Anyways, I am where I've left off last time, pretty much. I think I have a couple more rows to go. Anyways, this is the Moving to the Country shawl pattern by Christy of Yarn Cafe Creations and Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast. This was her first shawl pattern, I do believe. And there's the first color, which I believe is Birthday Cake. I think it was Iris Yarns, and that's Birthday Cake. It's really pretty. It's like reminds me of all the sprinkles. And then this purpley pink that you're seeing coming up, that is Plum Fancy, also from Iris Yarns. And so now I'm into the second section, which is pretty much the same as this, but you do it in the purple. Well, it's not completely purple. It's purple with speckles. It's a purple base with speckles. A little bit darker than that. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It is a little bit darker. So it's blowing it out just a tiny bit. Anyway, it's really pretty colors. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to finish up. So that is my Moving to the Country shawl. Like I said, didn't get much of it done, but I did get some. So I'm caught up back to where I was. That's the main thing. Caught up. Yay! I don't know where I'm going to put this in. Alrighty. And then, oh no, I feel a sneeze coming on. Don't you hate that? You feel a sneeze, your nose starts to tingle, your eyes start to water. I'm just going to try and go through it. Okay. Oh, and that was also housed. That was housed in my little trailer bag. This is my this is my one skein project bag. I have both of my yarns in here and the project, and there's still room, but the yarns I have sideways. I don't have them laying flat, like the cake normally is flat, so I have them kind of up on its side by side. Let's see if I can show you real quick. Well, one of them I have flat, the other one I have sideways. And they're both pretty much still full skeins of yarn. So my small one skein bag really can fit 2 skeins, depending on what kind of a project you have. I mean, I've got my project in there now, and there's still, you know, quite a bit around. But anyways, this is my little trailer bag, and it is available in my Etsy shop. I believe I still have fabric left for that. My next project is my shawl pattern, which I still haven't named. I'll figure a name. I'll figure it out. If you think you know something that if you think you have a name that might suit this pattern, by all means, let me know. And you can comment on the video, or you can comment on my Ravelry group. Yeah, if I pick your name, you will win the shawl pattern for free. This is Lola Did It Sweet Tooth colorway. And I didn't get too much worked on it, but I have gotten some. It's starting to grow. It is starting to grow. I can't even show the whole thing in the podcast. So I think it's going to be a fairly big shawl. I don't know if it's the yarn or if it's because it's a lot of garter stitch, but it stretches like crazy. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. There's that. So I guess it's really going to depend on how aggressive you block this, on how big this baby's going to be. Because I mean, there it is normal without stretching at all, and there it is stretched. So I think it's going to be, a fairly big shawl. And I don't even think I'm halfway through the skein yarn yet. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've got some test knitters all lined up. I do have room for a couple more. So if you're interested in knitting this pattern, send me a message on Instagram or Ravelry and let me know. Yeah, so this is my shawl pattern. The colors are so pretty in this yarn. Okay. Some eyelets and garter. That's all it is. There's no purling at all. No purling. No purling. I know a lot of people don't like to purl. So this is a no purl shawl. Maybe that's what I should call it. The no purl shawl. Anyways, this is my shawl pattern. I'm excited. And I think I'm going to knit it again. And I am going to do a 2-color. I'm going to do a 2-color one. So I think that'll be fun. See how 2-color needles. See how 2 colors knit up. This one here I am knitting in Chagu 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter. The next one I think I might knit a little bit smaller, go one size down in the needles, but maybe do a 6 and see how that looks. Because especially if you're doing a 2-color shawl, you can continue on as much as you want to make it as long as you want. So even if you use smaller needles, so there's not so much holes when you oh my god, I just lost it. Block it. That's what I'm thinking of. You don't have so many holes in your knitting if you block it with smaller needles. So I think that might be what I'm going to do with my second one. I forgot to mention what needles I am using for my moving to the country shawl. They are Chaogu as well. I love Chaogu. You'll be able to see when I get to my acquisitions. Oh, this is a size 6, so this is a 4.0. Is what I'm using for my country shawl. So that is that. Those are the only whips I've been working on at the moment. I was dyeing up some yarn, getting the shop ready for the yarn release and all that fun stuff. We're trying to work on the website, which I think it's coming along really, really nicely, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the way it looks. There's a couple pages I still have to tweak a bit, and I got all my yarn listed. I got to get my bags listed in there. I don't have my bags in there yet, so that's got to be done. And I did a payment through using a credit card, And I just gotta wait to see if it goes through and ends up in my bank and stuff, just to make sure everything is running smoothly. The last thing I want to do is somebody make a payment and it not go through properly. So that's a little bit of the holdup because of the long weekend, it's taking a little longer. So hopefully this week, depending with work, hopefully I'll be able to get the website up. I'll definitely let you know when the website's up on Instagram as soon as it is. And I think I will still be doing both Etsy and the website until I see how the website does. But I think a lot of people are very comfortable using Etsy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep Etsy permanently or not. I haven't decided yet. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What is up after that? Oh, we are going to go with some dream knitting, which it really isn't dream knitting because it's about to happen. So I guess this should be soon to be cast ons. The first one I'm casting on is going to be the Tread Hat by Shannon Cook. That I am doing for well, not an entry because I can't join my own KAL, but for the Winter is Coming Make Along, I'm going to do the Tread Hat by Shannon Cook, and I'm going to use one of my hand dyed yarn, which this colorway is not available, but I think I might, because I've had a couple people say they like this colorway. So I think I might get my daughter to dye up this colorway. This is her green colorway that she did. And she wants the hat. See, I think it'll be a pretty hat. I think so. So I gotta skein I gotta cake this up today and hopefully cast it on later tonight. So this is going to be a tread hat. I think it'll look really pretty. I think it'll be really, really pretty. It's coming up pretty true. Some of the green in it looks a little more limey than what's in the picture, but other than that, I mean, I think it's, yeah, it's pretty true to color right there. It's kind of like an olivey color. Yeah, it's kind of an olive color. So, but with the way she dyed it in the dye pot, there's some like limey green. So you got some white, you got some limey green, you got some really dark green. Yeah, so we're gonna see if we can maybe recreate this, because I don't have this in the shop. I don't have this in the shop, but I think this might be in the next update, because I think this might work. And people said they like it, so I have to get her to name it. So that's what I'm casting on next. Not like I have not enough stuff to knit. I mean, I haven't touched my socks in a couple weeks, and my girl from the grocery store shawl, I haven't touched that in a while, so I got to work on those ones. So I got 4 things on the needles already, and after I cast on these 2, I'm going to have 6. I think I may have a problem. I want to cast them all on. There's so many I want to cast on, and I bought some new needles. I'll show you those in acquisitions, which means I have extra needles. I can knit stuff. I might have to cast more on. The second thing I'm going to cast on is the Voodoo You Love Me. So cute. And it is by Susan Claudino, I believe is how you say her name. My daughter wants it in this colorway, which I honestly think this colorway is so flipping cute. We may have to dye some more of this as well, because this isn't in the shop either. This was a one of a kind that my daughter did, and she loved it, and she said she didn't want to sell it. But I'm pretty sure this is fairly easy to recreate, so I think we'll be able to recreate this as well. Holy yawning. The only thing is, the Voodoo You Love Me calls for worsted. This is fingering. So I'm not sure. I may get her to try and dye it in an Aran weight, because Aran's a little closer to worsted. Worsted, they said the doll's about 10 inches big. In DK, it's about 9 inches big. So I'm thinking if I did fingering, it's probably going to be about maybe 7 inches big, and I'm not sure if that's big enough for my daughter. I think she wanted a little bit bigger. So I'm going to have to talk to her about it and figure out. But anyways, this is her colorway that she dyed up. It's so pretty. And that is not showing it at all. Not quite at all. Let's see which way shows it better. That kind of shows it better. It's purple. It's really purple. So maybe I can get a picture and put that at the end. I mean, that's way blown out. Way blown out. I wish I could figure out a way to do this better. Colorways. Actually, that's kind of showing it better there. Yeah, see all those purples? It's a little bit darker than what you're seeing here. And that blows it out way too much. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, right there. Right there. That's kind of, yep. I would think so. I would think so. Not think though. I would think so. Yeah, that's pretty much the color there. So this is her purple with some black crap on it. That's what she called it. Black crap, black shit. I don't know. Something like that. Anyways, those are the two that I'm going to be casting on in the next little while. And I think we're maybe recreating these and putting them in. Oh yeah, see now the purple shows up a little bit better. Recreating these and putting them in the shop, the next shop update. Pardon me. Oh, yarn down. Yarn down. Okay. So that is it for casting on dream knitting kind of stuff. I do have other stuff I want to do. Obviously, some of my other podcasts I talked about a few other shawl patterns that I want to knit, which I'm going to do. I'm just not a very fast knitter. I'm not fast. Oh my god. I can't believe how much I'm flipping yawning. It's pretty good. All right. So happy mail. I didn't have anything delivered, but I do have some acquisitions. So I'll show you those real quick. First, well, we went to Lime Ridge Mall on Saturday. I'll talk about that a little more in chit chat. But we went to Yankee Candle. Went to Yankee Candle. They have got, oh my lord, they have got some amazing Halloween candle holders. Oh my god, I wanted to buy them all, but I couldn't do it, but I bought a candle. And this candle is so cute. I love it. It's a WW Trilogy. Ooh. Candy corn, caramel candies, and jack-o'-lantern. It smells so good. Oh god, so good. I could just sit here. And smell candles all day. And it is one of those crackling ones, which is all fun. All kinds of fun. And the sound is just so soothing. Like, I love the sound of the crackling fire. So this was my acquisition from Yankee Candle. And my daughter got one too, but I don't know where hers is. So I can't show you hers. And then after we went to the mall, I bought her all kinds of flipping clothes from Old Navy. Like 3 pairs of jeans, 4 tops, some socks. Yeah. So after that, we went to Michael's, which is bad. I bought a whole bunch of different clay for my polymer clay charms that I'm going to be doing up. But I left those downstairs, so I'm not going to show you those. But I will show you the other candle we bought. Pumpkin Praline. Oh my god, it smells so good. I can't open it. Oh, pumpkin. So good. Yeah. And I'm actually doing up a colorway for like a pumpkin type thing, and I'm thinking I may use pumpkin praline because that's pretty cool. I don't think that people use that name very much. I may have to just take the picture of the pumpkin praline and use that as a color. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I've got so many ideas. I just don't know time-wise how it's going to work, especially this week with the 10-day work schedule. But I'm going to do my best to get. I want to try. Okay. I want to try to do a shop update every week with yarn. And every other week or every 3 weeks with bags, depending on my time frame. See, bags take longer because you're constantly working on just that one bag at a time. Where yarn, the time consuming for that is dyeing the yarn or mixing the yarn, getting the water to boil, doing whatever you do to your yarn, and then you sit and wait for it to cool. So really, to do 2 or 3 skeins of yarn or whatever probably only takes an hour to get the color done and get it ready for cooling. And a bag, basically, for me, one bag is approximately an hour and a half. Yeah, I'd say about an hour and a half if I take time, like the cutting, the ironing, the sewing, the zippers, the interfacing, all that. About an hour, probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to do a bag. Closer to 1.5, I think. Because I think just sewing the bag itself, I can get that done in an hour. It's the cutting and the ironing and all that stuff that takes more time. So yeah, I'm thinking about an hour and a half. So an hour and a half to do one bag, or an hour to do 3 yarn, depending on how many pots I use. Or if I'm hand painting it, it does take longer because you have to actually paint the yarn by hand. Kettle dyeing, it's basically pouring or sprinkling yarn. So yeah, so you can do like 3 skeins of yarn because I have 3 pots, 2 pots, 2 big pots and a smaller pot. So, pardon me. So I can do about 3 skeins of yarn in an hour-ish, or I can do one bag in an hour. So yarn is going to be a lot quicker for me to get into the shop. So I'm thinking I want to try and do a shop update every week. I haven't decided yet what day it will be. I would like to get a little more regular schedule on that. I am thinking maybe Fridays. Maybe Fridays. I think maybe Fridays. So then I can dye up the yarn on the weekend and then get it in the shop get it ready for the shop during the week and have it up on the shop on Friday. That might be the plan. We'll see how that goes. So anyways, that is what I want to do with that. So that was my acquisitions from Michael's. And yesterday I went down to my local yarn shop because I needed to get some needles for my tread hat and my Voodoo You Love Me dolls. So while I was there, I picked up one of the Knit Club pins. Everybody has seen this. I picked it up, but I have no idea where I'm going to put it. Pardon me. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to put this pin. I do not know, but I like it and I wanted it, so I bought it. Then I bought some Chow Goo needles. I kind of went a little crazy because I was only going to buy the ones needed for the patterns that I didn't have yet. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't have that size. I'll buy that too. Oh, you know what? I don't have that size. I'll buy that too. So I ended up buying 5. I bought 5. So I have a 6 and 7 that I'm working on right now. I finally got myself a 5 because I've been looking for 5s forever. I can never find 5s. I got a 5. Yes. Okay, so I think think I have a 2. Pretty sure I have a 2. I think my socks are 1.5. And I got a 3. I have a 4 in my drawer. I have a 5. 6 is on the thread or on the yarn. 7 is on a project. I got myself an 8. Got myself a 9. And I got myself a 10. So now I have, yeah, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have every needle. Yeah, I think I have every needle from a size 1.5 to a 10 in a Chagu. I want to get the interchangeables. I'm thinking that may be on my Christmas list this year. But you know what? I think it's pretty good to have individuals as well, because if you're working on a project and you go to cast something on that needs the same needles, you got to back up. Which was my problem with my girl from the grocery store shawl, and I believe the moving to the country shawl are both using the same needles. So I had to pull the girl from the grocery store to knit the girl from, or the moving to the country. So now, if I get my interchangeables, I won't have to deal with that problem anymore because I will have backups. Always good to get some backup needles. So that, I think, oh yes, when we were at Michael's, I bought this too because this is so flipping cute and I just had to get them. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. It's so cute. They're so cute. They had a whole display of Halloween figurines and stuff. You know, at Christmas time, people do the little scenery and stuff where they have a Halloween one. Oh my God, I wish I had the money. I would have bought every single thing on that shelf. I would have. I so would have, because, oh my God, they're so cute. And they had like a ride. You know those? I can't remember what they're called. They spin around in circles and then they kind of tilt, and they tilt until they're straight up in a, yeah. Well, they had that in a, just in a thing. That was so cool. And inside they had little characters with Halloween costumes on. Seriously? Oh my God, so cute. I want to buy everything. I don't really think I have any room to display them, but I want them. I want them. I do. I want them. We'll have to see. I may have to, I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, that is it for acquisitions. Let's get into a little shop talk real quick. These are a couple of the skeins that I was dyeing during my last podcast. So I just wanted to show you them real quick. They are all in the shop. And I kind of think I want to make a shawl out of these colors because they all go together. I'm not sure if I want to do a 3-color or a 4-color or what, but oh my God, these are gorgeous. I love them so much. Okay, this is showing up too blue. It's more of a teal color. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that looks a little more teal. Yeah. And it's still a little more greeny teal, not bluish teal. But oh my God, isn't this gorgeous? Oh, one of the ties sticking out. Yeah, see that's the color right there. That's perfect. That's actually showing it up exactly the right color. I love this color. This is, oh my God, what did we name this? I forgot what we named it. Give me one quick second here. I've got to try and find out what I named this yarn because I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Oh, yeah. Ah, that's right. My daughter named it. This is called Shipwrecked. This is Shipwrecked. I love this. I love this. I love it so much. I mean, look at that. What's not to love in that skein? Really? Browns, grays, and teals. Hello. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. I got to knit something with this myself. And it is a die to order, so it can be redone. Then I have this one here, which is called Tremendous Teal, which is basically the teal color. Now it's looking a little too blue. That's not, yeah, see, that's a bit better. It's a little more teal there. So that is squeaky chair. So that is Tremendous Teal. I mean, look at that. So pretty. Then we have a brown-eyed girl named after my daughter, which is also a song lyrics, so whatever. I love music, so. Speaking of, oh my God, we have plans. Oh, do we have plans? I can't talk about it though. It's going to be a collection based on music, something to do with music. We'll see. We got plans, but I want to get my Halloween and my Christmas and stuff all situated first before I do any other type of collections, which we have a couple. We have a couple planned, which, oh my God, they're going to be so fun. So fun. I cannot flipping wait. Because we're coming up with colors for these, and we said something like, oh, that would work for this. Oh no, can't use that. That'll work for that. So yeah, now we have some collections coming up soon. Anyways, this is Brown-Eyed Girl. It's a little more brown. That's looking a little more grayish brown. It's a little darker brown, kind of like a pecan brown. Yeah, kind of like that, just a little bit darker, I think. But it is a tonal. Yeah, see, that's blowing it out too much. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. And then another one we have is this pretty gray, which we're calling Nerves of Steel. That's actually coming up pretty true to color exactly. So you got some dark grays in there. You got a little bit of lighter grays. You got a little bit of, yeah, so this is Nerves of Steel. So, I mean, seriously? Look at that. How pretty is that? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a 4. See, it's showing 2 blue. It's more teal. Anyways, I don't know if I want to do a 4 color shawl or, oh, wrong one. Get another gray. Or do this 3 color. Because, oh my God, how pretty is that? I mean, how pretty is that? Yeah, that's actually coming up pretty true, except for the brown. Oh, no, it's not. It's blowing it out quite a bit. Holy crow, what is that orange? That coloring is just not right. Oh, there we go. That's pretty close. But how pretty would that be in a shawl? Really? Those 3 colors in a shawl? So pretty. Yeah, it's blowing it out quite a bit. I make the whole room orange. Yeah, see, that's pretty right there. That works. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love these colors. So these are all available in the shop. Bags. My chair is just chatting away today. Bags coming out in the shop. I have a few that I've already been working on. A couple are already sewn up. But I wanted to do more than just 1 or 2 in the shop at a time because I don't like doing that. I'd rather have, 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. So I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get all of these out at once. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll see how work goes. So I would say for sure by the end of September. I'm hoping even closer. You know what? I have 3 days off coming up for my birthday. If I don't get them out by my birthday, I'm going to work on them on my birthday and get them out right away. That's the plan. That is now the plan. Anyways, the one time, a couple podcasts ago, I showed you some that I was working on, the white one with the sheep, which I don't have them right now. Um, I will post a picture. Do I have them in my Instagram? So I have one, which is a white background with sheep on it. It's really, really cute. I'm going to get that into the shop. And I also have some Holly Hobby, some of my Alice and the Queen of Hearts, as well as my Beauty and the Beast, all getting ready to come back into the shop. The only new one out of those is the sheep. I did have flip-flops, but I'm not sure if I'm going to sell that or not because summer's almost over and I'm not sure if people would buy it. I may put it in there and just see if anybody buys it or not. Never know. But anyways, I went to Lens Mills to grab a couple Halloween fabrics. I did. First, though, I had to grab some more of my zombie fabric because I just love this one and it sells. It sells quite a bit, actually. People seem to love my zombies. So here is my zombie fabric. So I believe there is still some of these in the shop right now, but if not, I will update quantities. And that comes with my turquoise polka dots. So that is my zombie with the turquoise polka dots. Those are in the shop now, I do believe. Then I got some Halloween colorways. I got two for now. I'm not sure if I'm only going to do two. I think I might only do two. Unless I find one that I absolutely fall in love with. This one's really pretty. So that one will be coming into the shop. And with that, I am pairing it up with this purple. Look at that. Oh my God. How pretty is that? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So those are coming up in the shop. Now my next one is coming up in the shop as well as a little extra. I am doing these as bags and I'm going to do a matching skein of yarn for those. I'm not sure, I may only do about 4 or 5 with the kit. So it's the two, the one skein bag and the skein of fingering weight yarn. But the bag and the yarn will also be available separate. So if you're only interested in the bag or only interested in the yarn, you don't need to buy both. But this will be coming up in the shop very, very soon. And I absolutely freaking adore this bag. It is so flipping cute. Look at that. Oh my God. How flipping cute is that? So I'm going to do, oh, no, I don't want to close off the window. So I want to do a bag and yarn combo with this. It's so cute. I love it. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's a darker purple. It's not so bright. It's more of a dark purple. And then for the inside fabric of that, we got the orange. So I think that'll look really nice. Yeah. That is the plan. So that's the plan on the bag front. That is the plan on the bag front. That is what I'm hoping to get into the shop in the next couple weeks because obviously Halloween is coming and I want to get that stuff in so people can order it and get it before Halloween. The only other thing I purchased this week is a knitting magazine, of course. I need to get a subscription to this because I buy it every month anyways, or every time it comes out. I think it's like once every 3 months. Vogue Knitting, and this is their 35th anniversary magazine. So many nice patterns in here. I'm not going to talk too much about it because people have already showed a lot about this magazine, but yeah, there's some really gorgeous patterns and stuff in here. Some nice lots of cables, which see, I don't think this is a cable though. Basket weave pattern. Oh, formed 2 rectangles, seamed at the shoulders. Oh my gosh. I may have to knit myself a poncho because that is just so flippin' pretty. Look at that. That is so pretty. And it's the same all the way through. It's a basket weave stitch. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is basically kind of like the tread hat. You purl some, you knit some, you purl some, you knit some. I may have to dye some yarn and make this poncho. I've never made an actual garment before. Most of my knitting has been shawls. We have lots of talk about different yarns, a couple different articles. Pardon me. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. That sweater is really, really cute. It's a mohair though, but that's a sweater. I thought it was a dress at first because the pink almost matches perfectly, but no, that's a sweater. That is cute. I've never knit a sweater. I'm actually a little bit terrified to knit sweaters. But I may have to do a sweater at some point. Now that is a fun blanket. Oh my gosh. Is this knit or crocheted? 24 separately knit octagons. A round of black single crochet encircles each octagon. Oh my gosh. It's knit. The only thing's crocheted is the octagon or the black trimming. Let's get rid of that. Look at that blanket. Oh my god. I flippin' love that. Oh my god. I need to knit that. Look at that blanket. How flippin' cute is that blanket? And I mean, you could do so many things with that. You could have it multiple colors like that, or you could even go with just like 2 or 3 colors and have it like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, so many options. Oh my gosh. I need to, yeah, I need to make that. I need to make that. That's just crazy. Holy cables. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I would never have the patience, or maybe I have patience, the time, or even the skill yet. But look at that freaking jacket. Oh my gosh. That is just absolutely beautiful. Does somebody want to knit me that? Maybe someday I'll get skilled enough that I can make something like that. But some of these are just so pretty. You definitely need to check out this magazine. I mean, look at all of them. I can't see. Am I showing that okay? Oh my god, Jackie. Yeah. So if you don't got this magazine and you like knitting garments with cables and stuff, you definitely need to check this out. Because there is a whole lot of amazing patterns in here. For sure. their 25th anniversary pattern, or 25th anniversary episode, issue. That's the word I'm looking for. Issue. So, so pretty. See, that hat's really cute too. I'm thinking that scarf goes with it. So yeah, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots to look at. So Vogue Knitting, get one today. It is awesome. And it's a 35th anniversary edition. So you definitely, if you don't buy it all the time, this is one that you definitely want to pick up. Gorgeous. That's a jacket that's in the, oh, so pretty. So, so pretty. So pretty. Anyways, that's it for that. We're just going to go a little bit of chit chat. What I've been doing this week. Well, basically this week I've been working. I've been dyeing yarn. I haven't watched a lot of podcasts. I did watch Cait from Goosey Fibers podcast. Oh my gosh, that episode was so fun. She had her husband on it with her at the last half of it or so. And oh my gosh, the two of them are just absolutely adorable. Cait, love it. You need to get him on more often. He is so funny. The two of you, oh my gosh. You guys must have a blast because you guys are awesome. And yeah, I was going to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say, but you guys are awesome. I love it. He was so funny. And sending selfies to your dad and stuff is just, it's just crazy. I just love it. It's so fun. You guys are awesome. Loved your podcast this episode. I watched, of course, Levi, but I'm not sure if I watched him towards the beginning of last week or if it was this week. But either way, Levi, obviously, gotta watch him as soon as it comes out. And his whole, like, choir teacher and sopranos have no balls thing. Seriously? Adam Levine, hello? He ain't no bass and no tenor. Seriously. I told my daughter that. Oh my God, she just went off. She flipped out when I said that. She said, well, that person shouldn't be a music teacher because that's just not right. Oh, I'm like, oh my God, Melissa, calm down. I'm not going to calm down. That's not. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, she went off. She went off. Because she loves, we were watching America's Got Talent. And there was a singer, and he just sings some of these notes that were just amazing. And that's when I told her that, and she just blew up. Oh my God, my daughter, it was hilarious. But oh my God, she's like, hello, this guy here. I'm like, yeah, Adam Levine sings really damn high. You know, I mean, back in the day, I mean, Michael Jackson, I mean, Prince. I mean, come on. These guys are men, you know, they sing high. That teacher should have been fired. But yeah, so my daughter went off. She went off and she was flipping out. And then she started naming all these singers I can't even remember. And I'm like, yes, Alyssa, I know. I'm not the one that said it. Stop yelling at me. I didn't. Oh, music is her passion and she's just ridiculous. So, watch him, of course, always. But like I said, I didn't really get a chance to watch much because I was dyeing yarn. I was trying to work on the website every night that I got home from work. I was working on the website, trying to get all the yarn up on the website. So I really didn't have a lot of time because I would have loved to have a podcast in the back, but then my mind would be paying attention to the podcast and not on the website, and that would not have been a good thing because I never would have got anything done at all. What else? I started watching the girls from the Girls in the Yarn Cafe. Started watching their podcast. I haven't had a chance to finish it all up yet, but It's good, like always. Love them. Oh, the Hey Sister podcast. They had a podcast come out, so I watched them. It's so good to see them, and I can't believe they're both pregnant again at the same time. This is just crazy, so crazy. But yeah, it'll be fun to see all the baby stuff that they knit up. Knit for Brains has a new podcast out. I'm gonna have to watch that very, very soon. Maybe tonight. I think so. But yeah, so that's all I've had a chance to watch, and ones that are coming up that I got to watch right away. I did do a winner for my first skein of yarn on my Instagram account, and the winner for that was Knitting in Stitches. I believe her name was Knitting, or I believe the girl's Instagram is Knitting in Stitches. And she has a podcast, so I'm definitely going to be checking her podcast out. Her name is Mora, I believe, and Knitting in Stitches. And she won the Skein of Yarn, our very first ever dyed yarn, which I thought was kind of appropriate. My daughter actually suggested it, and I thought it was kind of appropriate that I give away the very first skein of yarn that I dyed, and she won that. I don't know if we'll ever be able to recreate this. I think this is a one of a kind, but it's so flippin' pretty. I may have to try to recreate it. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like yarn. I may have to try. Ooh, that's blowing it out. I may have to try and recreate this because I really do like this color. It's funny though because some of the colors we put in here I don't even see anymore. We put orange, purple, green, and some black. And this is what happened when it muddled together. Which, I mean, sometimes happy mistakes, right? So anyways, that's going out to her as soon as she can get a hold of me and give me her mailing information. Pardon me. Speaking of, oh my God, I totally forgot. We have yarn winner to do. Yeah. So I'm going to draw a name for that because I totally forgot. I mentioned it during the, KAL talk, and I totally forgot to draw the name. So let's see what we got here. Pick a number between 9 and 30. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not saying the number, it just showed it to me. So I'll try and show you guys. Number 18. Okay, number 18. So let's see who number 18 is. All right, number 16, 17, 18. Oh my God. The winner of the sock yarn that I'm going to be giving away is Lore 903, which is Laura from Knit for Brains podcast. Are you kidding me? Congratulations, Laura. You won the sock drawing for this month for yeah, the all socks all the time thread. So congratulations, Laura. Yay! Oh my God, that was so fun. Get a hold of me. Pardon me. Get a hold of me and we'll talk because I'm going to let you choose. I'm going to let you choose what sock yarn you want. Alrighty. So I guess that is the end of that. Stupid me forgetting to do this earlier. I just got talking about everything else and totally forgot. So instead of me going and inserting, instead of me going in and inserting the video right after that, we'll just wait to the very end. And then they can see who wins. So anyways, that is that. Some of the TV shows, I haven't even really been watching a lot of TV shows or anything because I've been so busy trying to get the website up and everything. I watched America's Got Talent, and I got a couple final episodes of stuff that I need to watch I haven't watched yet. Foster's, I haven't watched the final episode of that, or final episode of The Bold Type. I'm watching Salvation, which is actually pretty good. And I just can't wait for the new shows to come out. I can't wait. But anyways, I think that is pretty much it for this episode. Hopefully you guys had a good time. It is a little longer than I expected because obviously I like to chat, and I chit chat all the time. Now I got something in my eye. So anyways, I'm not sure when my next podcast will be. Maybe Sunday? Maybe Sunday. Because I work till 6:30. We'll see how tired I am when I get home. Might be Sunday. If not, it might be Tuesday. But either way, it'll be in about a week's time. So yeah, I guess that's it. So make sure you are getting your name in the Socks All the Time thread, the One Skein KAL thread, and of course the winter is coming Make Along thread in my Ravelry group, Crafty Momma Designz. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you check out Levi's podcast because he's going to have a little bit of information on the Make Along as well. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to this video or this channel if you enjoyed it, and if you want to keep in contact and be alerted when new videos come up. Make sure you do that. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know you liked the episode. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. So I've got some yarn downstairs cooling down, and I got some bags to make, and I'm having a chicken potato dinner tonight. Yum yum. Can't wait. I'm so hungry. And yeah, I guess that wraps it up. So until next time, everybody have a great week and keep on crafting. Bye.